Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at this 1/10 scale trophy truck. This is the FTX Zorro. Now for the price, this thing really does look incredible. Now if you are an RC beginner and you're looking at an off-road RC to get you into the hobby, this could potentially be the one to go for. The feature list on this looks really impressive. I'm very interested to actually get this thing unpacked, find out what we get in the box. We'll then take it out for a test run and see how it actually performs. But yeah, overall, this really does look like it could be a very good beginner's package. So before we take a look at the FTX Zorro, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest RC content. Also give me a follow on social media. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get it unpacked and find out what we get included in the box. Right then, so let's take a little look at what we get in the box. We'll talk about the battery first of all. So you get an 1800 milliamp nickel metal hydride battery. Now this isn't a very high capacity battery. And to be fair, run times on this aren't going to be great. But, you know, it's a way to get you into the hobby. It is a ready-to-run package. If you do want to upgrade later on, you absolutely can. You could go for a higher capacity LiPo battery, for example. Or you could go for a higher capacity nickel metal hydride battery. That's completely up to you. But it'll be good enough to sort of get you going. So you get a printout explaining how to charge the battery for the very first time using the included wall charger. Now, this isn't going to have a very high charge rate. None of the included chargers that come with these ready-to-run models, especially like this, have a very high charge rate, but it will get you going. If your intention is to only use the included battery for the time being, that's not going to be too bad, but you may potentially want to upgrade to a better charger at a later date. You also get an adapter for the plug. Now, moving on to the manuals, you actually get two with this. The first one here covers all of your exploded diagrams and your component lists. Now, this is in a lot of detail. I do like this quite a lot. Everything is nice and detailed. And that just gives you a little idea of how all the components are actually listed out. They do actually include photos as well, which does make it easier to pinpoint exactly what part you are looking for. So moving on to the actual manual then. Now, it is in black and white. And it does cover all the essential things you would need to know if you were a beginner just getting into the RC hobby. How to set your transmitter up. What else have we got in here? General use, receiver connections. There's even some information on how to set the ESC up as well. Overall, not a bad manual. Simple and to the point. And I do like the addition of the exploded diagrams in a separate booklet. Now, I forgot to mention, you do actually get a used sticker or decal sheet as well. Now, this would be because all the stickers are pre-applied to the car when you actually get it out the box. Was there really any point of actually including this? Potentially not, FTX. Right, so there's only one more thing to talk about before we have a look at the truck, and that is the included transmitter. Now, first impressions, I'm really not a fan of this. It does feel a little bit plasticky. Quality-wise, I'm not that impressed. I do like the addition of the grip on the wheel. But overall, I can't say I'm a massive fan of this, mainly because I don't feel like the build quality is that good. So I think we've talked enough. I think it's about time we take a look at the FTX Zorro. Let's do it. Right then, so here it is. So first impressions, can we just appreciate how good this thing actually looks? I really like the colour scheme on this with the black and the grey and the blue. I think it looks fantastic. Now, you do get quite a chunky front bumper on this. and I'd be very interested to see how much of an impact that could actually take. Now, looking at the rear of this truck, you do get a full-size spare. You don't actually get a rear bumper, but the body does stick out quite a bit, and I do have a feeling that is going to take a little bit of the impact. Now, when we were running through the list of included items, I did mention that this did come with a decal sheet, and as you can see, they have pre-applied them. Now, I think it would have been nicer if they actually gave you that option to do it yourself. You know, they could have just stuck the main ones on, you know, displaying the model name and FTX. I think it would have been nicer if they had have given you the option to put the stickers on yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it looks great. They've done a very good job with it, but I think it would have been nicer, especially for the people out there that do like to keep things a little bit more simple. You know, there's a lot of stickers going on here, and that may not be to everybody's taste. Now, taking a closer look inside, there is your driver, Bill Bricktop, and his pal, there to keep you company. You also get an internal roll cage, and that is actually mounted to the body. So I think we've pretty much covered everything on the outside of this. Let's take the body shell off and see what's going on underneath. Right, and here we go then. So we've got the body shell off. Let's take a closer look at the truck itself and some of the components, because this does have a lot of nice features. I just think it looks really impressive. Wow, very impressed. So let's talk about the electronics first of all. So this is running a 550 sized brush motor. It also comes with a heatsink. When it comes to the ESC, it's a 60 amp ESC. Now this can actually run lipos as well, and all you have to do is move the little tab over, which is going to give you your low voltage detection for your lipo batteries. Servo is a waterproof servo, and that is there. Now, I'm not sure how that is going to perform. A lot of the time on these cheap RCs, the stock servos don't tend to be that great, but servos are quite cheap, so we can potentially upgrade that at a later date. It looks like your receiver is in there. That's your receiver box. I don't know how waterproof that actually is, but it looks fairly waterproof. Moving on to the battery tray, this looks like it will accommodate you know, a decent sized battery. I'm going to be running a 5200 milliamp 2S LiPo on this in the morning when I take it out for a test run, and that should fit absolutely fine. Now, you do get a set of metal oil filled shocks on this, and this thing does feel silky smooth. Now guys, can we just appreciate the rear suspension setup on this? We've got sway bars, we've got many different adjustments that can be made. There's loads of travel, and like I said, these shocks are really, really nice. Now you can't actually see them, but this does come with ball bearings throughout, which again is a really, really nice little addition considering the price of this truck. Now this thing does come with metal diff gears as well, and you also get metal drive shafts. I mean, come on, I'm really impressed with this one. Now, I do like the tyres on this. They do feel well made. They're also quite firm, and I think these are going to do just fine in an off-road environment. So we've had a look at what you actually get included in the box with this FTX Zorro. We've also had a look around the truck, and it is very impressive. You know, under the body shell, this thing does have a lot of nice features. Now, I'm going to be using a 2S LiPo on this. I'm not going to be using the included nickel metal hydride battery. That is low capacity, and I want to get, you know, a fair amount of runtime on this. So I'm not going to be using the nickel metal hydride battery in this case. I will be using a 2S LiPo. Now, it is a little bit later here in the UK, so I am going to leave this until the morning. We'll head out bright and early, and we'll see how this actually performs. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Right, so let's head out nice and early and see how the FTX performs. What the f***? Oh no. Oh no, I can't believe it. Someone's actually got in and they've taken the FTX. All the RCs they could have picked, they've actually gone for the FTX. Oh no. Now, the good thing is I have CCTV all over the place. What I'm going to try and do is play that back and find out who actually broke in and took the FTX. Hang on a minute. I think I recognise that person. That looks like Alex, aka the RC Noob. I don't believe it.
Where is it? 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 Ooh, what's this?
Alex broke in and stole the FTX Zorro.
This will do nicely.
Now, the funny thing is, he recently posted on Instagram saying that he has a new toy. I wonder what that could be. I think it's time we pay him a visit. Oh yeah, new toy. What are you playing at?
Rick, what are you doing here?
You can't just break into someone's house and steal an RC, mate.
Oh, mate, no. Do you know what? Yeah, it's not what it looks like. You know.
Well, you're not going to get very far without this, are you? Come on, this is why you're the RC noob. Come on, what are you going to, you know, how are you going to run the thing?
Right,
and I knew it was you because you dropped these. Come on, you're not exactly a good criminal, are you? So it didn't take me long to realise who actually broke in and stole the RC. It is the one and only RC Noob. Do you know what? He's a good friend of mine. I'll forgive him straight away. How's it going?
Sorry, man. Sorry. Do you know what? From the last time, I just thought I need to have another run. I didn't want to embarrass myself and look stupid in front of you.
To be fair, you really enjoyed the Armour Typhon last time, didn't you? As you called it, the red one. You know, what's so special about this then? Why do you like the FTX?
It's got people inside. Look. Look, there's like a driver and an oppo.
There you go. There's a reason to buy this this FTX. It's because it's got drivers. So Alex, do you want to tell everybody what a trophy truck actually is?
I would say a truck that wins trophies.
Oh, it's a good guess, but no, that's not right. So what a trophy truck actually is a truck. Like, I'll tell you what, you're a nightmare sometimes.
Hey, there's duck shit everywhere.
So what a trophy truck actually is a truck that's built to go blasting through the desert. Now, here in the UK, we don't have any deserts, unfortunately, but we're going to try and make the best of what we do have. Right, so what you got to do first then, Al?
Pins, innit?
Pins?
Pins. These pins.
Body clips?
Yeah, the pins. Easy, mate. Job done.
WD-40.
WD-40. Bit of WD-40, mate. It's got a spare wheel. Is that actually a real spare wheel?
Yeah, it's a full-size working spare wheel.
Where's their legs?
They haven't got any legs.
What?
Right, so like I said, we're going to be using a 2S LiPo today instead of the included nickel metal hydride battery.
It's a Florian lithium ion polymer RC battery pack.
Do you know what any of that means?
It's 7.4 volts. Bro.
That's all right. That's the main thing then.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it goes in this bit here.
That's right.
Yeah? People are going to think you've shown me how to do this, but it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it don't fall out when we flip it on its head. Hey, we got power.
And you've got to switch your controller on.
Where is it? Ah, it's over there.
So now how to do that?
Well, nowhere says on. Power. Ah. Have I got to press this little thing here?
No, that's already. I think it's already on.
Alright, so I put the lid on, yeah?
Yeah. So just while Alex puts the body shell on,
The lid.
or the lid, we're gonna see how it actually performs here in this grassy sort of dirt area. We'll then move in further into the forest and see how we get on there. How are you finding it so far?
You can tell it's bigger than the other ones, like chunkier and lighter, but it is fun.
It's fun, is it?
Yeah.
So if you had to compare between this one and the Armour Typhon, then the one that you...
Is that the red one?
The red one, yeah. I was going to say the one you call the red one. What would you because we do have to remember this is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I was going to say you can tell this one's cheaper. The other one was just rapid and heavy.
Just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, this one is fun. You can tell it's cheaper, but it is good. It's not as quick.
No, it won't be as quick. It's running a completely different electronic setup inside. But even so, it does look pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it always seems to finish back on his feet. So I ain't got to go over and flip it back over. So yeah, that's a bonus. Where it's not as quick as well, it's easier to control.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got more control on this one. Yeah, just like the movie. Yeah.
Right, so what do you reckon, Alex, then? So, not too bad on the grass and the dirt. Should we head into the forest and see how we get on in there? Let's go.
Do it on the roof of the car. Hold on. Mate, that would be sick if you can film that.
And I am going to get Alex to do these speed tests. Are you ready for it?
Oh, just got to limber up, you know.
Just try and keep it in a nice straight line, yeah? Ideally to the right a little bit, it's a little bit bumpy on the left here.
You ready?
Now, no, we need to stick the GPS on it.
What, in case it gets lost? It's a straight line.
No, that will tell us how fast it is.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just change the mode.
For tracking purposes.
Yeah. Right, we've got 0 on the GPS. Go on, mate, over to you.
Yeah.
First 2S speed test.
I think it's... Is it on? Right. Ready?
Yeah, go for it. Is that all out, yeah?
Ah, why didn't it land on this roof? I don't know where the tape's gone. Yeah. Here it comes. Oh, GPS is gone.
Well, I don't know how much of the car is gone. You just went straight into the tree.
Mate, it's durable. Look at that, not a scratch. Gaffer tape, mate, gaffer tape. Some gaffer tape.
WD-40.
Yeah. Bit of WD-40, mate.
About right.
19.
Did we get a speed on there? 19. That's not too bad. You know, this has got about 20 miles an hour in it. 22, 23 miles an hour in it, I reckon. On road, considering the terrain, that's not a bad little speed. So what do you reckon? I will stick a 3S in there, which is a slightly quicker battery than the one that's in there.
Of course, quicker than the 2S, obviously.
Yeah, well, of course, and we'll see what sort of speed we can get on that, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so 3S pack fitted. You ready to see what we can achieve on this?
Ow. Yeah, let me just secure the lid and the boys inside.
You don't want them drivers falling out?
Nah, mate, they've done well so far. Mate, I'm a pro, I ain't no noob anymore.
You are a noob.
Ah, it's done 2 miles an hour already.
Is it? That's alright. Let's reset it again. Alright.
3S time. What? Where is it?
I don't know, it's just come flipping off. What'd you get, Al?
24.
So 24 miles an hour is not too bad, how is it?
Oh, good.
Happy with that?
Yeah,
Bit difficult to keep straight, obviously. But again, a realistic test, because anyone who buys one of these is going to use it in an off-road setting rather than on tarmac. Right, so we've got one more test and we're going to see how it performs. Right then, so we're going to leave it there. How did you...
it
a bit
stinks.
hot, is it?
It smells. It smells smoky.
Well, to be fair, you know, that is the second pack we've put on it pretty much straight after. So, what's your thoughts on this then, Al? So,
I really enjoyed this one.
Because obviously you really like the Typhon. That is, you know, potentially 5 times as expensive as this. Is it so for anyone out there who's looking to get a cheap RC to get them into the RC hobby? Would you sort of say this is
100%.
a good way to go?
Yeah, for a newbie like myself, I think I wouldn't want to spend a load of money on something I haven't done before.
Yeah.
So I'll probably pick this one. It's
Yeah.
cheaper and it's as much fun as the red one.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Is there anything else you really like about this?
So because it's a trophy card, do I get a trophy? Is that why it's called that?
I'm sure I can sort you out with a trophy.
Yeah, mate.
Right, so I think we're going to leave the video there today.
Oh!
What's wrong with you now? Right then, so today's video was just a little bit of fun. It was nice to actually get out and do something a little bit different on the channel, a little bit less formal. It was also good to get Alex back out again. He had a lot of fun on the last video that we did, so it made sense to get him out again and to actually let him test this truck out. Now, we know this is a budget truck and this is potentially aimed at RC beginners, and as you see in the video, he is definitely an RC beginner, so it was really good to actually see what he made of this. So after we finished recording, I did actually decide to take this thing for a spin myself. Now, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised at how good it actually performed. The one thing I would say though, it did feel a little bit underpowered on its brush setup. I think if FTX were to offer this in a brushless, it would definitely be a really, really good solid platform for a beginner. Potentially, you know, someone looking for a second model. If they could offer this in a brushless setup, I really do think this would be a very capable machine indeed. So overall, not a bad truck. I think if you are a beginner and you're looking, you know, potentially for a model that's a little bit bigger than some of the other cars out there, you know, a lot of the time I recommend the WL Toys cars, you know, like the 144001. Those cars are quite small. If you look at the size of this and the people that are out there who are looking for a slightly larger model, this is potentially a really good buy for you. Now, another thing I noticed when I actually drove this was the fact that the servo felt a little bit underpowered. I think you could definitely benefit from a servo upgrade if you was to buy this truck. But again, we know servos aren't that expensive, and I really do think if you did fit a more powerful servo on this, it would be a game changer. Now, because I think this would be a really good brushless truck, that's exactly what I'm going to do. In the coming weeks, I will convert this to brushless and we'll do a very similar test and we'll see how this actually performs brushless, because that is when I really do think this thing is going to be right at home, especially on the dirt and some jumps and all that sort of stuff. I really do think this is going to have a lot of potential with an upgraded servo and a brushless system. So we're going to leave the video there today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this FTX Zorro in action, especially in the hands of a beginner. I think it was a really good test, you know, a really good way for us to see what an actual beginner would make of a truck like this. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments section down below. Like this video, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Cheers guys, we're going to leave it there today, and I will see you again soon on the next one. Take care.